From the numbers, I believe we have 9. With 9 members in attendance, a quorum is present. Let's get on to business. We will be calling 3 bills and/or amendments this afternoon. House Bill 4288, House Floor Amendment 1, LaPointe, House Bill 5515, Morris, and House Bill 4872, Ellick. The chair recognizes Representative LaPointe. Did you want to adopt Amendment 1 to House Bill 4288? I thought I had to do that. No, you don't have to do it until the end because it's on the committee. Oh, I'm sorry. We did it backwards. Never mind. Go ahead.
Okay. Hello, State Government Committee. Nice to be with you again. We are here presenting House Bill 4288, and just very briefly, I think, as you know by now, this is a bill that seeks to create more predictability and timeliness in state payments to, in particular, nonprofit organizations, but this would actually mean state payments to even private vendors who aren't nonprofits. And we have addressed the changes that we talked about in previous committees, brought everyone to neutral, and so we do have House Floor Amendment 1 here.
Thank you. Let me just look at the witness slips here. We have 3 proponents. Access Lira, excuse me, Access ACES Lira from the AIDS Foundation Chicago, Jennifer Rowland from the Illinois Collaboration for Youth, Max Seeley from Supportive Housing Providers Association of Illinois. We have no opponents and no position. Now, are you here to testify?
Madam Chair, I'll answer questions if needed. Otherwise, no need to cover issues we've already covered.
Okay.
Happy to help.
Excellent. Thank you. So just to recap a little bit, we were here before. We heard a bit about it. I know one of my concerns was a date, right? Because it was like effective immediately. Do we have a date that this would take effect?
Madam Chair.
Could you say your name
Yes.
before you talk? Thanks.
I'm Holly Ambiel. I'm the Senior Director of Policy and Government Affairs at Forefront, which is the state's nonprofit association. So we did, the amendment has a delayed effective date. It will be effective July 1st of 27. So a nice long ramp for agencies to adjust as needed, and ties it to the beginning of the fiscal year since this is related to fiscal year appropriations.
That's a great idea. I like that. Okay. Yeah, because there was concern on my part just that the agencies could get their stuff together on a date certain. So other than that, you've removed all opposition. Everybody's gone to neutral. And you need to file a witness slip for today. All right. So if you could do that after committee, that would be great.
I think I did. It may have been because I'll double check. I sent in testimony. I apologize if it was an error.
Yeah. We believe that you filed for yesterday, and we need you to file for today.
That's what it was. Thank you.
Okay, great. Thank you. Did you want to add anything else, Representative?
Nope.
Fabulous. Do any of the members have a question? Okay, we'll start with Representative Meyer.
I'm just wondering if this is just out of the general revenue fund, or if it's by us allow the people who've put solar on their homes, they're running about 14 to 20 months behind before they ever get their first payment. Will it help with that, or is it just for what's coming out of the general revenue fund?
Madam Chair and Rep, it's pertinent to any contracts or grants that are subject to GATA. So I don't have familiarity with those types of contracts to answer your question specifically, but if they're subject to GATA, then it would address the timeliness of those payments.
Okay, thank you.
And Representative LaPointe, correct me if I'm wrong, but GATA is something that you have to be registered with to get grants, right?
Yeah, it's the Grants Accountability and Transparency Act, and you have to jump through several hoops just to be GATA certified, which puts you in a position to go after state grants.
Right, and what we're talking about here is grant money, correct?
Correct. The changes here would not apply to capital appropriations or procurement, so just grants and contracts.
Great, thank you. I wanted to make sure we were all clear on that. Okay, Representative Coffey?
No, I have no comment. Thank you. He answered the question.
Fabulous. Any more questions or comments from committee members? Okay. Seeing none, there being no further debate, Representative Crawford moves to recommend that Floor Amendment 1 to House Bill 4288 be adopted. Do we have leave? Thank you. Leave being granted on a vote of 9 in favor, 0 opposed, 0 voting present. Floor Amendment 1 to House Bill 4288 is recommended for adoption and will be favorably reported to the House floor. Thank you.
Thank you, committee.
The chair recognizes Representative Ellick to present House Bill 4872. We have, with respect to witness slips, no proponents, no opponents, and no position. Thank you, Representative Ellick.
Thank you so much for the opportunity, Chair and Committee. I am presenting House Bill 4872, and I just want to say first, the idea for this came from a constituent who has a child in a specialty program for dyslexia and has a 529 plan that another family had set up for them and wanted to be able to use those, use that fund for this special program that they have for dyslexia, and really is not able to do that. So came to me with this situation. So the underlying bill, it was my attempt to, address that request from them. Basically says that qualified expenses related to special needs services, including elementary and secondary school expenses incurred because of a recognized disability, would be allowable expenses for a 529 plan. So my intention has been and continues to be to make this a very narrow bill, because I do understand that elementary and secondary ed expenses with 529 plans has been it's an issue that has a lot of concerns from people. So my intention is to be narrow. Given that I filed Amendment 1, I don't know, last night or this morning, it's still in rules, but I just real quick wanted to mention that. And it narrows it quite a bit further and says eligible educational institution includes specialized, structured, and individualized educational or therapy programs for the intervention and treatment of a specific learning disability for students age 5 and above. So again, maybe we'll be back with that amendment at some point in time, but as we sit here today, it's not posted to committee. So there are still some people, maybe they haven't slipped in, but I know there are people with concerns, and I think there's just some philosophical differences in some of these things. So I have agreed to hold this on second. I'm certainly hopeful that we can find some sort of solution for my constituent and others. I'm not sure if we will or not, but I have agreed to hold on second, and appreciate the opportunity to be here. So I'm asking one more time that you've heard this week, would you please allow me to pass the bill out of committee and hold it on second?
There you go. Thank you so much. And we've discussed it, and there's some ideas out there too that we could talk about, but yes, so everybody understands that this is being held on second, whether or not you would proceed with that amendment or another amendment. There is discussion with stakeholders who have not filed an opposition, but we are aware of the opposition.
Yes.
So we're acknowledging that. We're agreeing to hold this on second, just because we got to get it out of committee this week, right?
Yes.
So I'm assuming you're done?
I am done, yes.
Excellent, thank you.
Keeping it short and sweet.
Yeah. Do any members, Representative Coffey?
Yeah, thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you, Leader Ellick. Having family members that experience dyslexia, and I know what a trying time it is and how important the resources are that you've got to get to children. The earlier you get them, the easier it is to remediate. So thank you very much for bringing this, and I'd like you to add me as a co-sponsor, please.
Thank you, I will do that.
Thank you.
Thank you. Do any other members have any questions or comments? Okay.
And I just need clarity a little bit as to the purpose, why you have to bring this bill. Is dyslexia just not covered under one of those special needs that 529 may be used for outside of the typical?
It's not that it's not covered, but because there are, special services, but they're at the college level and not at the elementary and secondary ed. So currently, actually, have great discussions with the treasurer's office, and they've educated me about people can actually use their 529 plans for elementary and secondary ed, and some do. However, you don't get the benefit of it being a qualified expense for state tax purposes.
Got it.
So if you have taken a state tax deduction in the past when you put your money into a 529 plan, if you take it out for a purpose that's not a qualified expense, you have to basically pay back the tax benefit you got before.
Okay.
And I do think that becomes a little tricky if other people have put money into a 529 plan, maybe on your child's behalf, a grandparent or a family member or something, and then, that's, okay, I'm getting too much into the
No,
accounting
that's
weeds
fine.
on this, but I think there's questions about too, like, why should you have to pay something back when someone else took the deduction before? But
Yep.
that's besides the point. Really, it's just that it's the fact that you are spending it earlier than college age.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
A lot deeper than I needed, but you.
I
you
know,
cleared
I
it up.
went too
Thanks a lot.
far. Yes, thank you.
Hey, one of the things that I love about the General Assembly is that we are a mishmash of a lot of different occupations, right? So people have different areas that they know a lot about. And, I was discussing tax consequences with you earlier today, and it's always nice to learn something new.
Yes.
And I'm just going to quickly make a pitch for ABLE accounts.
Yes, yes.
Right?
Yes. Mhm.
So ABLE accounts are amazing. They're wonderful. We can put money into ABLE accounts, and I'm not sure if we can't do something like that here. You can put money into an ABLE account, which is a tax deduction, right? But then you can spend that for a qualified expense, which I think this would absolutely qualify for.
I think it would too, and I agree
Yeah.
with you. And that was a good suggestion that the treasurer's office made that I'll mention to my constituent. I think my point is like, well, having to then set up a separate account, and just for information, you can transfer money from a 529 to an ABLE, but you can't transfer it back. So, there's just little things trying to make this a little bit less burdensome, and, they already have this one set up, so that was really my intention.
But I will say with the ABLE account, I don't want to get too much in the weeds, but with the ABLE account, that's a federal deduction too. So, there is kind of a benefit to that. But if anybody doesn't know what we're talking about, check it out on the Treasurer's website.
Absolutely.
I have done several seminars in my district on ABLE.
Oh.
And it's really a nice venue for parents of children with disabilities to be able to save for their child's future without interfering with their benefits. So I'm a huge fan. I highly encourage other representatives to have the Treasurer's Office come into their districts and talk to the people about them, because especially for lower income folks who don't necessarily have a special needs trust kind of money that they would set up, ABLE accounts are a nice way to get a peace of mind that you're doing something for your child's future.
True.
Right? So thank you. Okay, do we have any other comments or concerns? Okay, seeing none, but with an understanding that it will be held on second.
Yes.
There being no further debate, Representative Coffey moves that House Bill 4872 do pass. Leave being granted on a vote of, yes, on a vote of 9 in favor, 0 opposed, 0 voting present. House Bill 4872 is declared passed and will be favorably reported to the House floor. Thank you. We're going to stand at ease for a couple minutes. Okay, and we are back. The chair recognizes Representative Morris to present House Bill 5515.
Thank you, Chairwoman, spokesperson Rosenthal, and members of the committee. I am here today to present House Bill 5515. This is an initiative of the Speaker's legislative staff and was inspired by education materials posted by the Department of Natural Resources. House Bill 5515 amends the Chicago Park District Act and authorize the Chicago Park District to establish, maintain, and manage small public gardens throughout Chicago. These public gardens shall incorporate plants that are native to the state of Illinois, encouraging more green space in Chicago and protecting butterfly population that mitigates through the city. This bill has no cost and does not require the Park District to act. It simply opens the door for them to establish these gardens in collaborations with botanic gardens throughout the city. I know of no opposition, and I respectfully ask for an aye vote. And this was given to me by the staff. So
Thank you.
Thank you, staff.
With respect to witness slips, we have no witness slips, so no proponents, no opponents, no position. I do have a couple questions. We're doing and I hope you know the answer. We're amending a Chicago code with a statute. Did I hear that right?
Yes, it amends the Chicago Park District Act. Yes.
Oh, the Park District
Act,
Act.
yes.
I'm sorry. Thank
No
you.
code, yes,
Okay,
the Park
okay.
District
That's
Act.
where I wasn't quite clear on that. And I'm assuming that the Chicago Park District is okay with this bill.
Me and you too. Me and you both. If
Excellent.
they not, they'll call. Nobody called. Nobody said nothing.
Well, there you go. Now, the other thing is, you did reference native plants, which I love, right? It's good for water detention and that kind of stuff. But would it also allow, because I know there's a lot of vegetable community gardens in the city, would this allow that as well?
Well, let me see. It's a native landscape, an intentional maintained area of trees, scrubs, vines, flowers, fobs, grassy, and plant composed mainly in Illinois native plants. Native landscape do not include exotic or non-oxid weeds regulated under the Illinois Weed Law or Illinois Exotic Weed Act.
Okay, great. Thank you. So I'm going to assume that those
Not
vegetable
marijuana
gardens...
weed,
Yeah.
the tree weed.
Right, I gotcha. Representative Coffey?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Is there a cost to this? Is this already appropriated, or is there a cost to saving
There's
the
no
butterflies here?
cost.
No.
This bill has no cost and does not require the Park District to act.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Excellent. Any more questions or comments from the committee?
Noxious weeds.
Okay, seeing none. There being no further debate, Representative Crawford moves that House Bill 5515 do pass. Do we have leave? Thank you. Leave being granted on a vote of 9 in favor, 0 opposed, 0 voting present. House Bill 5515 is declared passed and will be favorably reported to the House floor.
Thank you.
There being no further business, the House State Government Administration Committee will stand at recess until the call of the chair. Thank you.